Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Today I'm going to be making a video on the top 5 locations that I think are best for finding the treasure hunters here. And yeah, this is just a personal opinion, so I'd love to hear your top 5, but without further ado, this is my top 5. So I just want to say before we get into this too, I've collected just over 100 mole miner pails, like excluding buying them. So I just want to say I think I got a good idea of where good places are for them to spawn. So for me, number 5 on this list is going to be Wavy Willard's Water Park. Now I've had good luck with this place in the past, but not so much lately for some reason. And you still will get the odd one here, but I find it hard to get more than one to spawn here. And it's probably the biggest, area on my list. So you've got a lot of area to cover. So that's kind of why I put it number 5 on the list. But definitely a reliable place to come to find some mole miners. I'm sure I found, 20, 30 here or something like that in my run. Okay, so number 4. We have Welsh. So this one I didn't realize was such a good place. I know, you would think I would think this is a good place, but I've never had luck with this place in the past. But recently, I've definitely had a lot of luck here with the mole miners. So this is definitely a good number 4 for me here. Highly recommend going to this place. I would say it's about a medium size area to go to, so you do have a little bit of area to cover to look for the mole miners. But again, if you can have your headset turned up as loud as possible or your TV or whatever, it'll definitely make it easier for you to find them. But yeah, Welsh is definitely a good place to come to. It can be a little overwhelming with the other mole miners shooting you sometimes. Sometimes you just want to run in there and grab the treasure hunter and get out. So that can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. But, nonetheless, a really good spot to go to, Welsh. Okay, so at number 3, we have the Palace of the Winding Path. Now this is another one in the past I didn't have a lot of luck with. I probably didn't come here too much in the past either, but definitely one of the best places to come to. I would say almost 99% of the time you come here, there'll be at least one, and more often than not, I've gotten 2 to 3 treasure hunters to spawn at the palace here. Very good spot. The only thing is it can be a little bit hard to navigate. Sometimes they're tucked in behind a bunch of doors in the basement and it's not always the easiest to find, but still a really good place to go to. And of course, the more you come here, the easier it is, to figure out where these spots are. Okay, so number 2, we have Poseidon Energy Plant Yard, and this is one of my favorite places to go to. Although it is a very big area, I find at least 3 mole miners here, or treasure hunters I should say, more often than not. You can see I'm just used to jumping up here on the roof when I spawn in, because they are here all the time. I think you're going to see in this clip right here that I find 2 when I get up here, and this is the case a lot of the time. I found 4 or 5 actually at Poseidon here. So definitely a really good place to come to. And I say it even rivals the my number one pick anyway, on this list. But it was definitely a hard decision, and I think I got a good number 1 pick. But before we get into that, I just want to say too, if you are coming to Poseidon, make sure you're going around checking all the areas here like I'm showing here. It's quite a big area, but a really good spot for the treasure hunters to spawn. So just keep that in mind. You got a little bit of area to cover, and just make sure you're coming to these areas that I'm showing in the video, just so you can, make sure you're covering all the area and finding every treasure hunter possible. You can see there's one tucked in up here. And I want to say too, make sure you go up the hill after you're done as well, up to the teapot on the map. I usually find one up here. I would say it's about 50% of the time after I check out Poseidon, I come up to the teapot here, and I will find one. Okay, so let's do some honorable mentions before I give you my number 1 pick for the best spot for treasure hunters. Mount Blair Train Yard was almost on this list for me. Very good spot. Camden Park, another really good spot for the treasure hunters. Bolton Greens almost made this list as well. Another very good spot. Morgantown Airport, I didn't show here, another decent spot to go to. Tyler County Fairgrounds, another decent spot to go to. And I think I'm going to show Huntersville here and the Satellite Place. And again, let me know in the comments what you guys think your top 5 is. I would love to hear, you know, the places where you find them, and I can go check those out maybe tomorrow on stream. Okay, so my number 1 pick for the best place to find mole miners, or treasure hunters I should say, is the White Springs Golf Club. I gotta say, at least 99% of the time I come here, there is one. And, you know, on top of that, it's like the smallest area to cover out of all these spots I showed you on the list. And also, you will find more than one here a lot as well. So it being such a small area, and the amount that you find here, I just had to put it at number 1. Poseidon's definitely a close one, but the size and the frequency of this area is definitely just makes it a little bit better than Poseidon. Although I do have to say Poseidon is definitely, you know, one of my favorite spots. This was a hard pick to choose, but definitely White Springs is the best spot, I think. You'll definitely find mole miners there. And yeah, that's it for my top 5 treasure hunter locations, everybody. Again, in the comments, let me know what your top 5 locations are. I would love to see some lists in the comments. And, you know, just maybe point out some places, you know, that you like to go to that I didn't cover in this video. And again, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a lovely evening.